I'm Shirley Manson from Garbage, and I'm here on NME.com. To even get to the point where we're still making music after 20 years is, I mean, just beyond my wildest dreams, truly. I realise how rare that is, and I feel very privileged. And it's good for me because I'm very pessimistic as a person at best. And so it's been quite a bizarre experience for me, and an attitude adjustment. But some of the highlights, I guess, I would say were first time I ever heard our first track on the radio. We were driving back from an REM concert, actually, in Chicago. And I was in the car with Butch and Steve, I think. And we heard Vow on the radio. And that was just, I don't even know how to describe it. It was incredible. And then the opening of Scottish Parliament would be certainly up there for me. To get asked to represent your entire country was a thrill, and it made my family crazy, and it was a riot, you know. We were about to play Top of the Pops, and we were about to release our first single for our third record, Beautiful Garbage. And somebody from the record label, in fact I think it was Corda Marshall, who was the head of our label at the time, came in with our radio promo and said, Radio 1 have decided they're not going to playlist your single, which was the first time that had happened in our career. We'd had something like 16 straight radio hit, like A-lists in the UK, and we were told right there and then, like, that's it, they're not interested in playing the track. And we were like, okay, so that's a bummer, but what next? And they said, we don't know, we have no other backup plan. That maybe arguably was the worst moment. I mean, people have started to refer to us as a Brit Pop band, which I find perplexing because we were never part of that scene. We were never part, actually, of any real scene. We were always on the peripheral of everything. But the great thing about the 90s was it was so incredibly eclectic. I mean, you had Missy Elliott and Eminem and Fiona Apple and Oasis and Blur and us. You know, I mean, we were all so different. I look at interviews from the 90s and I'm shocked at myself. I mean, I was such a brat, you know, and to be fair to myself, I was scared. You know, I was very aggressive, but I was aggressive because I was scared, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't pretty enough, and I wasn't smart enough, and you know, the list is endless. And I feel like, again, having survived 20 years, that just by default you develop a mechanism of confidence. To enjoy being an artist for that long is a privilege that everybody doesn't enjoy. I guess that's a way of best putting it. So I feel lucky, and I never felt lucky before.